thanks for watching. So I am actually in an internet cafe in Japan. This is a really common thing in Japan that a lot of people like to stay in. Sorry, there's some like music. But a lot of people like to stay in these in Japan if they're working. I watched a documentary recently about a lot of people like permanently living in internet cafes. There's a lot of different chains and different options in Japan. I came to one that's called Popeye. I just found it randomly. I'm in Hiroshima right now, and I decided to come here for a while to do some work and also just to test it out. I thought it would be really fun, and if I have a chance, I might actually spend a night in an internet cafe because there's a private room that you can get that has a mat. It's a little bit like a hard bed, you know, so if you don't have high standards, which I absolutely don't, for comfort, then you can actually sleep in the internet cafes, and it's a great way to save a lot of money because accommodation is really expensive in Japan. That's something that I've struggled with a lot here, especially if I need a private place to tutor or to work. It's been really hard finding places that are affordable. Airbnb especially is so expensive. So I just booked a room with a chair. So it comes with like a computer and a TV and all that kind of thing. And so far the Wi-Fi seems pretty good, but I'm gonna do some calls and some work calls in a while to test it. But the only thing I would say is that, especially the nature of my job, I'm always talking and I can speak pretty loudly sometimes, which is definitely frowned upon in Japan and not considered very polite. So I don't think that these rooms in this specific internet cafe are the best if you need to do a lot of calls. I just have one or two calls, so it's going to be okay. I think if I speak quietly, it'll be fine. But if I was speaking the whole night like I normally have to for my job, I would feel like I'm really bothering other people, because the thing is that the walls don't go up to the top, to the ceiling. It's almost like a cubicle, and it's not soundproofed at all, so you can hear other people. This might just be the specific internet cafe, because I have seen some really good reviews about soundproofing in other internet cafes such as Kaikatsu or Vegas, Manbu Cafe, the manga or comic book cafes. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to see how it goes, and hopefully this helps someone. When you first come inside the internet cafe, this specific internet cafe doesn't have a reception. It just has a self check-in machine. So you come inside and you click check-in on the machine, and then you receive this barcode that you scan on your way out, and then you pay on your way out, which is super easy. So you don't actually have to choose the amount of time that you're going to stay beforehand, which I think is really nice because I didn't know how long I was going to stay. Go in, and in the lobby you have all of these amenities like some snacks, and you have a vending machine as well. There's also a microwave and a hot water machine and a few other things. So when I came into the room, it's like this. It's like a small little pod and has TV, a place to charge, headphones. It also has an adjustable light machine with these buttons where you can change the intensity or the color of the light. And let me tell you, as someone with chronic ADHD, I got one hell of a kick out of this. So the chair here is reclining, which is perfect for my old lady back. Love that for us. This internet cafe also gives you a token for one free drink, and I've seen that some other internet cafes that are more expensive have unlimited free drinks, but this one's a bit cheaper, so you just get one. So these rooms upstairs where there's like private mats where you can sleep, they are a lot more private than the room that I have. It's not like a cubicle, it's actually like a room, like a hotel room. But they're definitely not that soundproof. That's why I'm whispering, because I can literally hear people like breathing. So I think that tutoring here is definitely out. But if you want more privacy, or if you want to get like a proper sleep, I think that this place is so good. Prices, I took a video of them. I think that for like 24 hours though, or for like 10 to 16 hours, less than 3,000 yen, which is pretty good for a private room in Japan. Because like I said, accommodation is hella expensive here. The upstairs part also gives you these blankets that you can use. I also have this little section where there's some comic books and some DVDs and things like that. Each of the computers also have a DVD player, which is a bit retro and I think quite cute actually. Lastly, the boring but important part for me because I'm working remotely. The internet in this internet cafe was absolutely fantastic. Over 500, 600 download and upload speeds in megabytes. So overall, I don't think that this particular internet cafe chain is great for working if you need to be on calls, because I was talking as little as possible and I was literally whispering, which for me as a really loud person is kind of difficult to do because, as I mentioned before, the walls are really, really thin. I could literally hear people like breathing and like the mouse is clicking. So I think that if you're planning to work from an internet cafe where you have to do calls in a job like mine, it's better to maybe ask them in advance, like email them or something, or check the website to see if there's any reviews mentioning soundproofing. If and hopefully when I come back to Japan, I will definitely try this again and maybe spend a night in an internet cafe, but I will use one that is soundproofed or has thicker walls. However, if your job doesn't require speaking and if you're comfortable hearing other people moving around and things like that, then I think this internet cafe is perfect. Like I said, the Wi-Fi was really good. And in the end, when I checked out, I'm going to put it on the screen, but I think the price was around 10 euro. So I just need to convert that to yen. And I think I stayed there for a total of like 4 or 5 hours or something like that. But like I mentioned, they do have packages if you want to stay 24 hours. So yeah, anyway, that's all I have about the internet cafe. It was a really fun experience and I hope I can do it again. Thank you so much for watching. And here's a really boring video of me working / talking to someone for an outro and looking dead behind the eyes.